That didn't work. So
Now, when
he
you
didn't
talk
listen to me.
Flash built conditions you really well. I love playing that dude. Like it's fun as hell, and you find yourself like mentally like worked out because he's just a very smart player.
Yeah, like okay, I was talking to Shiny about this too, cause we had our set, like our grape room set, quote unquote,
Yeah,
and then like what was it, like 11 threes, 13-3 or something like that,
yeah,
13
something like.
4.
I was always watching the stream trolling, but
Yeah, and he was like, "How'd it go?" And I'm like, you know, yeah, what do you think of Flash? And I'm like, man, Flash is the real deal. Like to those who don't know, like Flash, Chief Flash, I'm about to call him Flash Thompson for a reason, but but Chief Flash, he's a 2009 WCG World Cyber Games Virtua Fighter champion for the U.S. Like he went on a national tournament, beat everybody, beat who was
Adam,
it, Sig Kid
I
in
think
the
he beat
finals,
Adam.
I think,
Or was that
and
another?
got to fly into China for the World Finals, and that's when everybody got blown up by Fudo Lion and Vanilla. So, but yeah, he like Flash. He's a top player. He knows what he's doing. So it's like when I played him, like I immediately saw that, and he was like, "How you describe him?" I'm like, "Flash is raw instincts, all caps, raw instincts." He'll come in your face and he'll make a decision, and you have to deal with it. And it's like you have to do it now. But
Yep.
it's like other people will play like that, but like if I change up my style or if I do something to mess up their flow, like it'll just keep doing the same thing. Flash, he'll take notes and adjust his game later on. And I was like, okay, I saw him do stuff like that, and I was like, okay, that's how I know you're the real deal. You're pretty smart. So it's like,
Yeah, yeah, man. He's yeah. We've been playing him quite a bit. We've had some really good sets, and he's been catching me with some mindfuck moments myself. So I always appreciate it because it makes me better. And
yeah,
um, yeah, and like I said, his methods of I guess people will consider it trolling or bullying or whatever, but that's just how he that's how he was brought up. Same as me. Just people probably shat on him or trolled him or whatever. And look, you got a freaking national champion and stuff. And like I said, his methods are like will be considered crude, no doubt, but I guess you could say his intentions are good. I guess the ends justify the means, I suppose, in his eyes. I can't speak for him, but that's just how I look at it. Because believe it or
yeah,
not, Shang and Flash both shat on me. Probably don't remember, but they kind of was like, yeah, I mean, well, not necessarily Flash. He kind of just like LOL'd with it, but Shang was the one that was like shitting on me. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, yeah. He called me. He said I was a nobody, and I was like, yeah, you're right. I said, I'm not gonna prance around like I am. I said, but I said, yeah, I like being a nobody. I said, because it makes it hurt more. And what I mean by that is when I beat you or whomever who considers me as such, you got beat by a nobody. I would like to think now I got their respect because I guess they know a little bit more about me and see how I've been practicing and grinding, and I've been giving them like good matches and whatnot. So
yeah,
it's a matter of just gaining respect. That's just how it was, man. That I mean that's the old school upbringing. You play it, and we don't want fake love. The reasoning behind that too that I definitely know for a fact is that when you shit on people or when you troll them or whatever you want to call it, that's how you separate the people who really want to get good at a game as opposed to the people who are just in it just to be in it. So what, like for you, like when they messing with you and stuff, you still play. You ain't let that stop you. You still play, grind it out. Yo, thanks for the games, guys, or whatever. Thanks for the tips or whatever. But you still play. So they fuck with you, but they respect you in that manner. They like you, and I like you too for the same reasons. People blow you up, shit on you, whatever. But you care about the game. You want to get good at the game, so you practice, you take notes, you take into consideration people's advice and stuff, and you apply it. So that's the best you can ask for someone that's up and coming and want to learn a game. But
yeah. That's definitely true. It's like that's what everybody needs to do. So
but the people who are like, oh, I don't play this anymore because whatever, then you weren't in it because you love the game. You were in it just for fame or because you thought it was easy or whatever. That's why when people get hyped that Justin Wong or Juicebox Apple are playing VF, it's like,
oh
okay,
man.
like a ton of people watching them play VF. But for how long did they play for? Justin played for maybe what, a month or two because Winter Brawl and Sega Cup were like about 2 month difference. So
Yeah, no, it was. I think I think he might have played in Winter Brawl.
Did
And
he
I
play a
know,
final round? He might have gone to like a total of like 3 VF quote unquote majors.
yeah, and he definitely went to final round. I was
Yeah,
running it, and he got in fifth, I think, something like that. He
something
got
like
blown up
that.
by Blackula. That's
Yeah.
a boy, it's his demon. But yeah, he played that, and then he went in the Sega Cup and lost, and then started playing Magical Drop. So
Yeah. So, but yeah, like I said, this that Hollywood scenario stuff is not what the community needs. Believe it or not, you might think it's a good thing. Oh, people are watching VF, but when you got look at what Juicebox was doing, man. He was playing arcade mode. I was like, everyone in Shadosha, all of us that were in that lobby in that stream chat were like, yo, this nigga's playing freaking arcade mode. Like, yo, get on the match or something. Like me, and a lot of people could probably agree with this, is that I'm one of those like really hyped people. Like when I get a new fighter, I go into training mode maybe for like 10, 15 minutes just to kind of get a feel for a character. And I just play, man. I never forget when Vanilla SF4 came out. First thing I did was unlock Rose, and then because I was mad hyped that she
heck
was
nah.
unlock Rose. I went in
I
training
think
mode with
that's
Rose.
super, ain't it?
No, she was in Vanilla.
Oh
She
yeah, she was like one of the three. Cause it was her, Adon, and Sakura, I think.
no, it was Rose, Cammy, Sakura, Dan, um, Akuma, Goken, and I can't remember the rest. I might be forgetting somebody, but right now the only ones that really mattered to me were Gan. Like they were unlockables in Vanilla. They were there. They remember they were console only.
Oh
Arcade
wow,
had
yeah,
like
you
8
remember it like it was
characters.
yesterday.
Yeah, yeah. I played the hell out of that game at a time. I'm still good at it. I just don't really care about it now. But my point though is saying, like, when Rose, oh man, I'm so hyped. I love Rose. And then like I unlocked her and I just went in the training mode for like 10 minutes, and the first thing I did was just start playing her online and just grinded it out.
I don't know. Okay, all right. I gotta play devil's advocate. I gotta actually defend Juicebox a little bit because I've done the same. I'm not even gonna lie. I've done the same thing myself when I was first learning AOE. It's like because he's like, I vision him kind of like me. He's very mental, very like you're just a mental player. He has to know the what's, the why's, the how. So when you go on and you literally don't know what you're doing, like, it's like you're not gonna get any information back. So you play the computer, which is like more or less a low level opponent,
Hmm.
while you get a feel for your character, and you'll be like, okay, use this move here, use this move there, and then go online. So it's like I can't even trash on them because I did the same thing, with
Oh, no,
Oya and Sarah. So it's
I,
like,
not even.
but at the same time, if you have players like in the chat room talking about, hey, let's play, you know, I kind of would have taken it upon that because they can tell you things too. I didn't have that, so
Yeah, exactly. Like, and then it kind of scared me because he was already taking down notes for combos, and I'm like, oh god. I said he doesn't even have the fundamentals down, and he's already trying to learn combos. I'm like, this isn't KOF, man. Like, I mean, hey, whatever, like I said, people have got their different methods, but I just don't like I said, people treat it like Hollywood, like, oh man, Juicebox Apple is playing VF, and it's like, look, he's only going to play it for like a month, and he's probably going to go back to the shit that he's already good at and just grind on that. So,
yeah, that's true. That's unfortunately the truth so far. Like I was personally hoping, because people get hyped and play it,
mm-hmm.
but they won't stick. They won't stick with it after like 2 days. And I've
Yeah,
seen so
because
many players from like Tekken, Soul Calibur, all these are top players too from all these different games, and they'll do the same exact thing. Be like,
the thing about what I consider Street Fighter 4 did is it put fighting games on a map, but it created like this fighting game boom, as I call it. And what it did was whatever new fighter came out, people were like on it like white on rice for like maybe a month and change. Like I remember Street Fighter 4, and I believe it was Blaze Blue or something that came out shortly after that.
in around
Tekken
2009.
6. Yeah,
When?
Blaze Blue definitely came out after SF4.
Oh
If
yeah,
I
yeah. It was like in 2009, I think.
Yeah, if I recall correctly, because I remember, like I said, that was another one that people were like, "Oh, let's try that out. Let's play that." So, like, as every new fighter was coming out, even the Dojin fighters and stuff, people were just like getting into that for like a month, and then like stop playing it. It would just die. Skullgirls suffered from that, and that's a good game in my opinion. But like it just had like this. You had a cult following for it after like it died out. Like the people who were really dedicated to the game kept playing it. But the big popularity that you see all these players trying out this game or whatever, it just like it died because they were in it for I guess the money or whatever, the grind, and then when they realized it wasn't even bringing in money or they just didn't really like it, they stopped playing it.
Yeah.
And it happened like that with every new fighter that came out every year after SF4. So it just created that like boom, like unless if it wasn't Marvel or SF, we not sticking with it, and it's just like damn.
Yeah, that's pretty much. That's
And I don't want VF to be that. VF is a game that you should play if you love it and you really want to get good at it. So that's that. Therein lies the be all end all really of the community basis. Like you can we can grow as a community if you're in it to win it. If you're in it to love it. If you're in it just to say hey I like VF. Like nah, you gotta play VF. You can like VF and play it, but you really have to play it.
Yeah, that's the good and bad thing about VF is like, or and I say bad is because that's the thing that's like inhibiting our growth, quote unquote.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like I tell everybody else. A lot of people have come to me from Atlanta. It's like, yeah, man, VF's great, man. I want to play it and all that. And I'm like, yeah, it is great, and it's great you want to play it. But at the same time, I gotta warn you, you can't make this a secondary game. This is not your second game. You can't play Street Fighter and play, VF on the side. No, you can't do that. This has to be your game, your main game, and run with that. And then people just don't want to make that sacrifice. Like they'll like it, they'll love the game. They'll be like, yeah, it's fun. Like yeah, I love Pi. I can do 2KK and all this other stuff. They'll love it. But when it comes to making that commitment, is like not too many people that will. So
Well,
that's why they're not that good.
Well, I'm gonna be the first to tell you that it is possible to play Street Fighter in VF because look at the Japanese, Nuki, and a lot of like other players, Itabashi.
No, 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 no. Because okay, that's different, right? First, like they have competition because they're in arcades, so they can get really good really quick. And then second, it's like they a lot of them people, especially a lot of them people like Fudo and all them who have second games,
Mm-hmm.
they've been playing Virtua Fighter for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even if you've been playing VF for 2 years on like highly competitive environment like Tokyo, is like you already have your foundations and your knowledge base needed to be able to switch games over. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like and that's just simply not possible here because you can't go to arcade and find people to play and test out your stuff on them and all that stuff. Sometimes you're sitting in in rank mode for like 10 minutes and nobody will come and you have to hit up dojo to test out what you want to do. So it's like it's totally different. So
No, it's yeah, no, I see what you're saying. You're 100% right, 110% right. But it's possible if you treat them both as different games. The problem with people and a lot of fighters, and not even looking at from 2D 3D aspect, like just look at how each is played fundamentally, and it's definitely possible because people try to bring over what they do in Street Fighter to VF, like mashing through moves and stuff, and yeah, that's not gonna work.
that's true. And the thing with me as to why that's really not probable is because there's so much to learn, so much to learn. Just
Hmm.
if you were just learning Street Fighter and Street Fighter 4, which a lot of people consider that one of the easier Street Fighters,
Yeah,
that's a full time job in itself. Like
yeah,
you have to change your whole mentality and anything. And VF is that threefold. So it's like easy. There's just so
yeah.
much to remember. So it's like to be able to learn that and that at the same time. It's like I don't know. It's like taking two different majors in college at the same time. It's like
No, it's actually a good analogy. I can respect that. Yeah, especially if you're starting from the ground up. Now you know, no, that's not.
yeah,
Well, never say impossible, but probable though. Yeah, it's starting off from Street Fighter and then starting off VF. Yeah, you're gonna have to pick one for the time being.
yeah. But if you're already solid enough to be able to play in a tournament comfortably and
Hmm.
win, then yeah, you can switch off. But it takes a lot longer for people to do that in VF,
Oh yeah.
especially in Western VF.
Oh yeah.
For you to be able to do that, you know, in Japan. So,
Yeah,
but
that's true.
that's what I'm saying. I tell people it's like you can't really, because a lot of them are still, Tekken Tag 2 came out. Tekken Tag 2 is a
Oh
huge
god.
game, It's like you want to play that ambient? No, no.
There's
Sorry.
no I can't even play that. That's the main complaint about that. Is there's too many fucking characters with too many damn moves, and that
Exactly.
game, man, is yeah.
Yeah, like I tried to learn a game. It's like an encyclopedia, and it's like I literally had to choose between that and VF, and it was just like a no-brainer.
Yeah, VF all the way.
So
But yeah, no, otherwise though, that's just my that's just how I look at the community. It's like, in terms of growth overall, people have different methods of wanting to build up better players. But like I said, at the end of the day, whether it's somebody that's shitting on you or somebody that's feeding you like false compliments and whatnot, it's gotta you gotta be in it for yourself. So if you really love the game and want to get good at it, nobody can tell you, you can't. Nobody can tell you that.
it is. All right, let me get this question real quick before we
Sure.
start ending it. All right. Any advice for anyone learning and trying to learn Jeffrey? Because apparently, you've been playing Jeffrey for a long time, so you know him pretty well. So anybody's coming up with him, or maybe even Pit, you have any advice?
Just keep playing them, and I guess you can see the problem with Jeff. This is not even really a long thing to go into, but he's a very Yomi based character, and a lot of people who like know VF and know like how he is will tell you that you can only really get by with Jeff by just having Wolf too. The heavyweights for the most part are really like Yomi based characters. They don't have like Wolf kind of has Sabakis, but Jeff has he's a very linear standard character. He has no Sabakis, no reversals, just straight just crumples and damage. That's really all he has. But his damage isn't even unique anymore. So it's like you still gotta ironically you still have to work for damage with Jeff. So he's good in the right hands. He's not for everybody. I hate to say that. So some people might pick him up and just can't get it done with him. And mind you, I've been playing with him since FS. I mean, I've been playing him all my life, but the FS version of Jeff, which is really like stupidly dumbed down, I've been playing him all year round. So I just been using everything I could possibly do and finding all kinds of setups and situations and when to apply them. Only solid advice I can give is use all his moves. That's probably because his moves list isn't really that big. And if you have a photographic or good memory like I do, it's really easy to remember all his moves and to apply them because when you use all his moves, people get thrown off because he does have like moves that people like forget. And it's like, oh, he has that, and you can like score some good damage off it. Just gotta get the combos down. So use all his moves. Use all his moves as best as you can. Don't get too spammy with him because, like I said, he's linear. So once people figure out what you're doing is repetitive, they'll blow you up.
Well, there it is. Okay, last question. Yeah, this is time for shout outs if you got any. If you have any Twitters or Facebooks if you want to get that out or streams or,
No,
whatever.
very
Shout it out.
I'm not. Yeah, I don't have any of that. I'm just a player. I just play. I'm not even on VFDC. I just I play. People meet me online or XBL or who meet me who come to New York or travel or when I've gone to Winter Ball or whatever. Like people who've met me already know me and stuff. People could watch me on stream. You could watch I'll shout out the NYC underscore VF crew like that stream. If you ever want to like try to catch Jacko Jeffrey play, just watch me on there. See what I do. If you got some advice or for myself, because I can learn from anybody. Alec, the other Jeffrey, as people call him, or Baby Jeffrey, Jeffrey Jr. He's actually showed me some shit too, and I give him all the respect in the world. And he's a dude also that I jokingly give him grief, but he just keeps at it, keeps practicing, always wants to play. Yo, can we go to the next level? Are we going to the next level? So he's another one that's shout outs to him, the other Jeff. He's definitely getting better and keep up the good work, man. Because you're definitely like helping me out too. You showing me shit that I'm actually applying in matches, and he's always been giving me props. He's always been like, "Yo, Jack, I want to show you this, man, because like I know like the way you play, like you could definitely like make it work." And I always appreciate that.
All right. So, I guess that's it. So, be sure to catch Raw number 8 this Sunday, December 15th at 6 p.m. starting. We're going to have two matches. First is going to be the first to 10 Wolf Handicap Challenge between Chief Flash, WCG US Gold Medal winnerlist himself, versus newcomer Swordfish 2, aka Blitzball champ. Wolf. Well, he's a Wolf player, but and he's starting to FS, but he's playing Go. So I don't know if he switched him or what, but it's the handicap match. So we have literally a national champion versus a brand newcomer. So this might be a little free. So it's like the stipulation he set up on himself, Cheap Flash, is like it's gonna be a first to 10, and he starts off with 8 losses. So we're gonna see how this goes. I'm gonna keep my opinions to myself, but we're just gonna see. But that's gonna be the first match, and for the main event, we have Jacko RCV, however you like, versus my sensei himself, STL Tim, one of the best lions in the country. You know, going at it like online. So be sure to catch that. I'll probably be around 7 p.m. or
It's
maybe a
gonna be
lot
like
sooner.
it's gonna
So
be like 6:30, It's gonna be like 6:10 p.m. because Flash is gonna like beat the shit out of this dude.
yo, it is what it is. But hey, it is what it is. You
But
know,
I gotta
Raw,
miss
we don't
real.
discriminate. So anybody can play. But yeah, be sure to check us out, and it's on my channel,
I,
twitch.tv/blackstar_ga. Man,
I got a
yeah.
message for Timmy.
Uh oh. Got a message, or you
Oh,
have a message for him?
man, I'm gonna go ahead and bottom line it. Tim, all I got to say, man, is once that wall splat lands, you better drop the sticks and just rest your hands. And that's the bottom line, because Jacko said so.
Yo, yo, man. I just pulled off my Stone Cold clip, man. But we gonna end it just like that, man. Be sure to catch us Sunday. It's gonna be hype. This match is gonna be hype in particular, man. I'm hyped for it. So yeah, catch us. See you later.
Hey, peace.